when you're really in the moment, you don't actually feel like I don't feel like I'm Meredith. I feel like I'm someone watching Meredith doing things. And yet you're very alive. It's a really interesting sort of thing, because it isn't. For a long time, I was very concerned that if I was in the present moment, I'd lose that kind of sense of being on the balcony. You know what I mean? And you have that sense of kind of looking over things separately, being in it but not in it. But I don't feel that. I think when you're really in it, you feel very alive. It's happening. You're part of the swirl of life, and yet you can actually see that is happening, and you are aware of it, but it's very quiet, and you're somehow not, you're not invested in it. And I think one of the things that's really changed for me is the more I'm in the present moment, I think I'm actually less concerned about outcomes. I don't really, I do want to achieve things. I think that we've been given certain gifts and skills and opportunities to do that, but I think that the way you go about it is more important. And so what I find is I'm less concerned with what happens, as long as I feel that the way I went about it and the intent and the being that I was trying to be through that was as close as possible to something I would have desired. And then what happens to it is separate. So I think that's the thing, is you don't have a sense of regret, you don't have a sense of this, has to be fulfilled or has to be met with something. You feel a sense of acceptance. You feel that this is fine, and that's fine. And if it changes, that's fine too, because it will change. So I think it's more this sense that you just accept whatever's coming. Mm.